Hello and welcome back to our Round 2 Back 9 coverage from the 2019 European Open presented by Innova Disc Golf. We are here on Spin TV, Seksikäs, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling.
Super excited to be bringing you guys the Back 9 coverage. The second round, Jesse has been playing really well so far. Paul McBeth obviously always playing well. Eagle McMahon, really only one mistake on the front nine with a really short missed putt. Other than that, he's been playing great. Like we said, Jesse's really been holding it together. Ricky's putting together a great round as well.
Starting it off on hole 10, par 4, 230 meters, 755 feet over the soccer field here. You can see the OB line there on the left. You've got to throw it straight enough to get that left finish late, but don't flip it over or you could end up across the gravel path and OB there. And then obviously this green, so small, accessing it from way back. It's so easy to roll deep OB. Thankfully those hay bales are there if you roll straight right, but this is a well-earned birdie. And Ricky is super wide here, but it looks like it's gonna hyzer in and he's gonna love this.
And right here off the drive is basically where you're going down 8 meters.
Nice roll too.
Pretty much all off the tee is the elevation. So you can get some really big booming drives here. Yes, he's throwing a slight bit of turnover. That's gonna be fine.
Woo!
It is fine, but maybe a little bit closer to the OB line than I had thought, but he'll have access to the pin.
The tough thing about that spot is that you're going right down the path and there's a bunch of street lights.
Yeah, that makes that approach shot very difficult. An
Eagle wow,
squeezes through safe, but that was flirting with OB. Paul not at all concerned with the short OB and shouldn't be in any... hitting that tree definitely saved him from being... in danger of going long, but I don't think that was ever going long.
I don't think so either. It was hyzering. So he stays inside that pole.
Wow.
Looks like a very controlled shot. Sit down.
Oh, look
What
at the
a
result. Wow. And he knows that he just got away with
that
one.
That was so fantastic. Off the banners, in the back, bouncing back inbounds.
Well, that's why they're there. If you're not going to use them, what's the point of having them there?
Yeah, you got to use them. Play the course in front of you. Perfect.
Doesn't get any easier than that.
The Eagle's got to put his head up in a tree here. And has he thrown this too high? Just barely.
There is a chance to go underneath that fence out of bounds. I don't think that he did, but it is certainly a possibility. And Ricky throws that pig right outside the bullseye.
Fantastic.
Very hard putt for Eagle.
Yes, he unable to capitalize on that good break. Gonna have to take a par. But with a little bit of an errant drive and an errant upshot, par really is about a best case scenario.
Definitely not.
It was 2018 Glass Blown Open. Going into hole 16, I was down one stroke to Ricky Wysocki and Drew Gibson, and they threw out of bounds. My teammate Simon Lazat took the big hyzer. If I can get the stroke, then I'm gonna be up by one with 2 holes to play. When the shot hit, I knew that I had an incredible opportunity to capitalize on taking home the Glass Blown Open. I couldn't have done it without my PD2.
Once again, that commercial bringing some emotion back. Me remember in that moment doing commentary for that last year, and just really the birth of a star with Eagle starting off the killer 2018 national tour.
Hole 11, par 3, 120 meters, 394 feet. You got the OB pond, you got the OB rough, you got the OB path. So this is one of the most treacherous holes on the beast. You're going to see these guys go with huge hyzers. Nice width. Try and clear that pond. This looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're looking to do right there. Beat that first tree and come up just short of the second.
Paul also very promising here. And he stays in bounds. Nicely done.
A bit wider, just barely inside the circle, I believe. Jesse high.
Tighter.
Yep.
This could be in danger of out of bounds left. And it finds it.
Yep. And fantastic work from all of our spotters and volunteers.
Yeah, from the course prep to the competition days.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best run tournaments in the world.
And Eagle also pushing this left just like round one. Playing out to that bulky area out there wide, but that is a long way away for the birdie. And Jesse off high. And that is his first bogey of the round.
Wow. Spin it back. Big putt. 14 meters maybe.
Mm-hmm. Paul just a bit high. And Ricky looking to pounce on the situation with Jesse taking the bogey, and that will now put Ricky in as the leader right now in the event at 18 under.
Hole 12, par 4, 168 meters, 551 feet. Tight gap to start. You see people go backhand roller, forehand air shot, or really high backhand turnover over everything. You'd like to get up to the right with your drive because that's the only place you really have an angle to access the pin. As you can see here, if you're on the left side, you can't even see it. Once you move right, you open up that angle to come into this tight green. Not a lot of out of bounds around, but a good bit of rough, so you really need to watch those angles. Don't go down there to the left. Oh, and he's going to rickroll us.
Oh, a little bit of a tree direction and some bouncing and some rolling, and really not affected in any negative way as Ricky has rolled up to pretty good spot. Very accessible from there. It will be a low ceiling approach.
And high forehand.
Yeah, and this is what he did in round one, and he got way up there.
It's working.
It did catch that last tree and drop down, but he's still at an angle where he'll be able to see the pin. Up and over.
Perfect.
And down to the middle. Yeah, see, this is looking really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great place to be, right there in the opening.
Yeah, he'll be very happy. Eagle with a putter. Nicely done.
Leaves that about as short as he left his approach in round one, where he capitalized on that putt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, that is unfortunate, and that will be a lean-out sidearm from there because he has been caught by the net that protects hole 13's tee box. Paul.
Ooh.
Wow. And if there's ever a hole to run and approach, it is this hole right here with that hillside behind.
Yeah, some extra power won't really hurt you if you're still going straight.
And maybe that was in the head of Paul, perhaps in Ricky's mind as well. I don't know if they're trying to run that.
Don't do it. Oh. That's going to be a lot trickier than you'd like, but I think he'll be okay. I hope.
Eagle once again playing this hole very simply and making a good putt for his birdie. And you gotta love it when you can run a shot, give it a chance to go in for eagle, and still be able to capitalize on the birdie putt with no worries. It's just, that's fun. Yeah, yes, he's not too far away. taking the par. Not a result he's got to be happy with after that great drive.
13 is a par 4, 182 meters, 597 feet. Another tight tunnel to start, kind of going up and over this hill. As I said yesterday, the sign of a good drive is going to be something where you don't see it land, where you crest this hill and find this low area. Then you're going to have a wide open approach. Just have to navigate your way around one big tree. The basket is right behind it, and that tree is actually inside circle 1. So even if you hit it, you're really not that bad off. You have a chance to still make the putt. A little bit of slope behind the basket, though.
Ricky going forehand and hyzer. This needs the hyzer back, and it does.
Oh, around the tree.
Oh, it's a great place to be. Phenomenal shot there. I just don't think that 6 years ago we would be seeing multiple forehands off the tee on this hole. I just don't think that it was as big a part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I love seeing the evolution of the sport as players are just having to do more things and be more well-rounded.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
That's a hard kick left. That is going to be a difficult scramble for the young kid.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. Roller?
Flick roller out. If that,
Tell me it's rolling. Yes.
it's rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Still rolling. Wow. Great out from...
Well done.
You do not want to be in there, trust me. It is very nasty in there.
Pablo with the big hyzer. Right, coming in right at the tree. That should be somewhere 9 to 11 meters, maybe. And this is a little long from Eagle. And Ricky right to the basket. Beautiful shot. Yes, he stands still. Hyzer. Little short, but he'll putt from there.
Wow. Lifted bit there for Eagle.
Paul, a little low.
Oh, and Jesse sliding off the right side. Heavy right side chains, but still wide. That is going to be a bogey par, bogey stretch for the young kid, and this is really going to challenge him to see how he can finish this round off.
And look at Wysocki getting away with the lone birdie again.
Wow.
Hole 14, par 3, 112 meters, 367 feet. Kind of over the valley. The creek does play as a casual water hazard. You're not going to get any penalties down there. Backhand mid-range, forehand driver, just something that goes nice and straight through the gap and then breaks a little right late is what you're going to want to see here. Try to get yourself up there. The only out of bounds, way up there in the parking lot, deep of the hole. Solid shot from Rick. He'll have a edge of circle putt.
Eagle going for the flex. He likes it. Fist bump out of his hand. Driving it long. Yeah, that's a good shot. McBeth going for that late turn. That is just a thing of beauty. Sliding that up just outside bullseye. Phenomenal.
Yes,
That was a bit tight, and oh man, and once again, his nerves are going to be tested for the remainder of the round in what is known as probably the 4 hardest finishing holes in our sport. 15, 16, 17, 18 is a treacherous way to finish a round, especially if you've got... Wow, what a great putt from Rick.
They're so hard that that to me it almost feels like when you finish 14, it's like, okay, front nine's done.
Yeah,
Time to go play the back nine.
Yeah, sure.
Because the last 4 are just that make or break.
Mm-hmm. Eagle, great birdie. Ricky, great birdie. Jesse, good putt for par. And Paul just a tap in left, and look at that. And you can see that these American pros are really showing what they're made of. They were just putting together solid rounds all around.
The 15th is a 201-meter par 4, 659 feet, going downhill to a very small landing area. You can play short of the creek, but almost all these players that are trying to contend are going to try to go long off the tee, either by throwing a fairway driver low and straight, or by throwing a distance driver on a huge hyzer, which it looks like Ricky is going to show us. It's going to go full power. This is gonna be OB left. I cannot imagine that this is gonna get down in time. This is way up in the air.
I don't think a bird could help it. It needs an airplane. Eagle's gonna be trying the same play.
And this is
flipping
really
up,
wide.
I believe.
Where is it?
Oh, it's way wide right. And it is out of bounds, but he never crossing bounds. He's going to be advancing only a couple hundred feet, if that.
Opportunity for Paul, and this looks good.
It was so difficult. These conditions in round 2.
Short.
Paul coming up short, and there's just that headwind on this hole that made this shot almost impossible to get to that second landing zone. You'd have to keep it so low and so well driven.
I like this angle. Come on, Jesse.
That is a
there it is.
Big time shot right there.
The only player inbounds. What is Eagle going to do here? Go over the pond with the forehand. This needs to slow down.
He has
this has got to be long.
But you know what? That is a mistake to make there. If you were going to make any mistake, make it by the basket. Obviously, Eagle's not happy with himself, but...
So Paul going to take optional relief straight back on the line of play, give himself some room to get this forehand up over the trees. Does he have the right weight on it? No. He has crushed it. A little long. OB. He should have a pretty easy putt coming back, but it will be for bogey.
Mm-hmm. And Rick, if you're going to miss off the tee, miss left, giving you the good angle. He could see the pin from his approach.
And you can see Rick, if fist pump there, he knows that he's taken another stroke from Paul. He's got a few in the last few holes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, obviously his chief rival. That's the guy he's looking at, making sure that if he can open up a gap there, he's got to be feeling good.
An Eagle, that is going to be a double bogey. What a big opportunity for Jesse to pick up a huge birdie.
Oh, man.
Off to the left.
Paul for single bogey 5.
Par does not feel bad on this hole, the hardest hole on the course, averaging 4.6, more than a half stroke over par, but still with that opportunity there, with all 3 other players going out of bounds once, Paul and Eagle going out of bounds twice, to be able to pick up the birdie there would just feel incredible.
On to the 16th, par 4, 222 meters, 728 feet. This one plays with the bunker rule. So anything that comes to rest outside the painted lines is going to be a rethrow from the previous lie. No penalty added to your score. So if you were to miss on the tee shot, you just re-tee throwing 2. If you miss on the crossing shot to the island, just keep rethrowing until you find yourself landing safe.
My prediction is that we're going to see at least 3 birdies, maybe the whole card birdies this hole. This is not a difficult hole if you get your drive in bounds. The problem in this hole is if you're out of position and you miss the island once, then you start second guessing yourself, and then it can turn into a 5, 6, 7 really quick.
This looks like a good shot, moving well left. Think he's going to be happy with that.
Yeah, certainly. Anything that's at least 10 meters past that sidewalk is in a pretty good spot. Paul kind of throwing a check-up shot. Not really too aggressive there. Barely getting past the sidewalk.
It's pretty short.
but you don't need too much on the shot, and that's maybe by design. You know, I think that once you get further down this fairway, picking the right disc is actually somewhat difficult because you really that going OB long is very easy with no hay bales back there. You think just with the uphill slope that it would stop the disc, but a lot of shots go OB long.
I'd say this is Eagle from 100 meters at least. He puts it in the corner. It's safe, but that's a long putt.
That is a long putt.
See what Paul does. This looks very good.
Yep. I think we got a bullseye coming up.
Wow, great shot.
And that's why I think Paul went with that checkup force off the tee. Just leave himself a full sidearm throw instead of having to throw one of those three-quarter checkup shots. And Ricky's seeing if he's making the adjustment with the pig. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
And that's going to be all 4 drives safely on this green as long as that can curl up, and it does.
Nice.
Eagle with the longest putt, maybe 12, 14 meters maybe? Count it.
Wow. Never a doubt. That was perfect.
Yeah, and we are going to have the star frame on hole 16 like I predicted.
What a call.
Well, this hole, it's difficult if you get out of position, and that's the only time, and I don't know. It seems like these guys have, like, Jesse's starting to settle down a little bit, it seems like, and the other guys, that's too easy of a hole for them.
Hole 17, par 3, 140 meters, 459 feet. Probably the toughest drive on the course as far as, even though there's nothing in the way, just look at that slope. The out of bounds right below the basket, often a headwind, almost certainly a headwind for these players today because it was a blustery day out there. So these guys are going to probably go either big forehand or straight kind of fairway driver-ish backhand. Ricky is not really playing for the pin with this shot.
But this can be in danger of skipping and rolling OB. He is checked up short. He'll have a jump putt to the pin. And I feel like with this headwind, this plays as the shortest par 4 in the world. But it just is so difficult. And look at this rip from Jesse.
Dude,
what
hung
trust.
that thing out.
That is the way to play this hole.
Big shot.
Still coming up short, but that makes that approach to the pin to get your easy 3 so much easier.
And now we've got Paul. We saw him make birdie here on day 1.
We saw 3 birdies on round 1, and that is just... I just don't get it. This guy does this on this hole every single year.
That is so good.
You could throw 100 shots. Anybody listening to this, you could throw 100 shots, and you'll never get one this close.
That was fantastic. The angle control, the height, into the wind. An Eagle going huge here. See if this has the distance. I think it does.
What a weapon to be able to just throw a spike hyzer there. Incredible.
Rick lays up very nicely.
Great touch.
Wind is down now. This is nice.
Oh, Jesse with a great effort from long range. A little bit of a low ceiling. Oh, Eagle. Not quite as committed in round 2 as he was in round 1. Cleans up the par. That is a scary putt from up the hill.
Yeah, it is.
And Paul just tapping in consecutive birdies on 17 back-to-back rounds. That's huge. Just absolutely huge.
Evolution by Discmania.
Hole 18, par 4, 211 meters, 692 feet, flat to start, then uphill to the elevated basket, OB everywhere, as you can see. Forehand drive or backhand drive, both in play. You just want to find a landing zone and then throw a huge hyzer up this hill short of the stage and skip left towards the hay bales. A little bit more room beyond the basket than there is short of it, but as you can see, OB just 7 to 8 meters away. think this is probably the new Onyx.
Mm-hmm. And Paul's actually throwing the first ever Onyx. On the bottom of the disc, it says "Settings saved," which means that we finally got it the way we want it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool to throw the very first one ever finally produced. Look at this shot from Rick. Rick has gone out of bounds long, and what an incredible drive, but just too good.
What a crush. Is this going to stay in? I doubt it.
He's got a really big sidearm, but that is not far enough. Yes, he's going to be out of bounds, but he'll probably be out of bounds at a decent spot. He'll have a look to save his par.
Mm-hmm. You hear Eagle, I thought say that's OB, but I don't know if it is. Or maybe he said that's in the tree.
Wow. And maybe a little kick out, but still, that is out of attacking range, I would imagine. Yeah, that is just a conservative forehand to try to get to a long jump putt, but
Uh-oh.
I don't
know if that's in bounds. I thought I heard contact with the stage.
Maybe a bit too aggressive for Eagle. Paul Heiser, tight Heiser.
Whoa.
Just stays in bounds.
Big hyzer. Perfect.
Wow. Look at that.
What a save. Pig?
Rick is going pig. Man, he is liking that disc.
Just
not
chipping.
liking the result off the tee shot, but
He's just chipping pigs.
wow. Eagle.
So it's a par. So he was OB.
He was OB. Good par.
McBeth for birdie. To cut it to one shot.
And you don't see that very often.
No, you do not.
Wow. And that was a gifty Wysocki for Rick right there, as that is very uncharacteristic for Paul. All 4 pars on the card. Jesse doing a good job. Second round.
He made Finland proud out there, and I think
Yeah.
he'll be back. You know, I think a step back from the spotlight just a little bit onto second card, and I wouldn't be surprised if he shreds again. The guy has talent to spare.
And we've got Albert Tem, Jesse Nieminen, Mikael Rosanen, myself on chase card, and Oyvind Jarns and James Conrad.
I'm tired, really tired. Not my day, but not a catastrophic result also. So tough round, but yeah, gotta keep going.
Were you feeling nerves and pressure in front of the crowd and these other players?
Yeah, of course, at the start mostly, yeah. But I really got to the rhythm after hole 3, but then just I don't know what happened on the backside, but I didn't play really well, so no can do.
I was throwing really good drives and I hit a lot of bullseyes. I think that a lot of inside the circle opportunities and bullseye hits, and that leads to a lot of birdies for me. I feel like if I'm hitting a lot of greens, a lot of bullseyes, I'm getting a lot of birdies, and my upshot game is really good right now, and I'm saving a lot of pars when I go be on the tee shots, and if I'm in the fairway, I'm getting up and down for birdie. So I like where my game's at right now, and I'm really I feel like I'm in my comfort zone. Well, I'm just trying to execute every shot basically perfect. In my mind, I know what a good shot is. It may look like a great shot when it wasn't exactly what I intended on. So sometimes a little hard on myself, but I think that's just comes with the nature that us top professionals get at this level. So I think that I've got where I'm at because I'm real hard on myself. So I'm going to keep with it, and hopefully I don't have to tear myself up too much the rest of the way. But it happens once in a while.
I was feeling good. I don't think there was really anything pushing me more so than just play well, keep it in bounds, and make my putt. So starting out hot early here is kind of key, especially with those last 4 finishing holes.
We know the fans like the Paul and Ricky battle. Does it ever get old to you, or do you still like it too?
I mean, it's competition. I mean, it's a little bit different when it's Rick because we're always right there, back and forth, and with his putting, he can make birdie or save par from anywhere. So it's a little different in that aspect. With some other players, their drives will be better than the putts, but with him, it's putting, so you can never count him out. But no, I just like the competition, so I don't care who it is.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Spin TV's coverage from the 2019 European Open. We're headed to the weekend. The Finns are coming out in force. I'm guessing 3,000, maybe more, are going to be in attendance. The weather is perfect. Get back here. Make sure you check out round 3 and round 4 coming in the next 2 days.
Moving day is going to be an exciting one. Seksikäs signing off. Kiitos.